Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let us start. If you'd please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, belated. And for you dedicated shoppers out there, happy Cyber Monday. Yeah, we got one. On behalf of the Golden Fire Department and the City of Golden, I'd like to welcome everyone to the swearing-in ceremony for our new fire chief, Alicia Welch. My name is Jason Slowinski. I am the city manager for Golden, and I'm delighted to be here with all of you on this very exciting occasion. It's not every day that we get to swear in a new fire chief. Before we begin, I want to recognize some special guests in our audience this morning. We have several members of our city council that are here today. Our mayor is here, Marjorie Sloan. Please welcome our mayor. Councilor Rob Reed is here. Councilor Laura Weinberg is here. Councilor Saoirse Karras-Graves. And Councilor Jim Dale. Thank you all for being here. Oh, and I'm sorry, and Councilor Paul Haseman is here. Councilor Haseman, you weren't sitting in the line, so I missed you there. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you being here to celebrate this occasion with us. I also want to give a special welcome to Alicia's spouse, Rita, and her parents, and her family and close friends that have gathered here today. I know many of you have traveled far to join us and to celebrate this milestone in Alicia's career. And I want you to know that you truly are our special guest today. We're glad you could be here, and I want to welcome you to our fine city. We're honored to be able to celebrate with you and to welcome Alicia to our City of Golden family. And we also, by extension, welcome you to our family as well. I also want to thank our Deputy Fire Chief, Jerry Stricker, who has stepped in and served as the acting fire chief the last couple of weeks. Jerry, thank you for your service. I appreciate you stepping up and helping us out during this transition. I have 3 rules for this morning's program. I'm a believer that things run smoother when you have clear expectations. So the rule number 1, and this one is for everybody in attendance today, I want to see lots of smiles and laughter and joy today. There are so many times when we are gathered together for reasons that are less enjoyable. And so we should definitely take advantage of the times when we gather for fun occasions like this. It's an exciting time for the Golden Fire Department and for our city. And so smiles and happiness and joy is certainly welcome. Rule number 2, this one's mostly for Alicia's friends and family. It's okay to shed tears of joy and happiness. When I met with Alicia last week, she was telling me that I shouldn't be surprised to see folks cry, and that's okay. You don't just get to become fire chief. You don't wake up one day and become fire chief. It's a lot of days and years and decades of hard work and dedication, starting at working your way through the ranks, and then all the education and career milestones along the way. It's a lot of effort to get to be fire chief. And so it's a great moment and one you should be proud of. And so it's okay to have tears of joy and happiness because it means a lot for Alicia and her career, and it really is the pinnacle of her fire career service, right? So I give you all permission to cry in advance if you'd like to. And rule number 3, this one is for our police chief, Bill Kilpatrick, who is also here somewhere today. Bill, please stay off the fire equipment. We all know you have dreams of becoming a firefighter.
Nightmares.
But this day is about Alicia, so there's no climbing on the fire apparatus. One of the most important jobs that I have as the city manager is the recruitment of highly qualified candidates to lead our various operating departments. I owe it to our city council, who puts that trust in me to find the best and brightest for the city of Golden, and I owe it to our organization and to our employees. They work hard and deserve good leadership, and it is a very high bar that we set here in the city of Golden. The search for our next fire chief was no different. We cast the net far and wide across the country in a nationwide search for the Golden Fire Chief. And we were fortunate to have many fantastic candidates apply for the position. And those that interviewed as finalists were all extremely well qualified. And we worked hard to put those candidates through the ringer. Didn't we, Alicia? Yeah. Not only did they have to do the standard cover letter and resume that anybody has to do to apply for a job, but we put them through, had written questionnaires, they had to produce a video, they had to go through a 2-day interview process where they met with 3 interview panels, a candidate forum with our fire department members, and an interview with myself. I'd be absolutely remiss if I didn't pause here to thank those that helped in the interview process. Members of our management team who assisted in the process, but most importantly, many members of our fire department. You gave your time and your effort to serve either on a panel interview or come in for the candidate forum. And I was so impressed by that. I'm impressed by our fire department and the quality of the feedback you provided me. I asked them to provide feedback, both positive and negative, on each of the final candidates, and they didn't disappoint. They gave me some really good things to think about, some good questions to ask, and following that evening, I had a lot of information when I sat down and met one-on-one with each of the candidates to ask them. So to the members of the Golden Fire Department, I want you to all know that I could not have done it without you. This is a working fire station, so you should not be surprised to be interrupted by calls. But I want you to all know that I could not have done it without you. I appreciate your efforts and your participation in the process. And for that, please help me thank them and give them a round of applause. At the end of the day, however, there was one candidate that stood out for me, Alicia Welch. Alicia is smart. She has a Bachelor's of Arts degree from Cal State University Long Beach and a Master of Arts degree from the esteemed Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, California. She also graduated from the highly acclaimed LAPD's West Point Leadership Academy. And she is battle-tested. She has 26 years of operational experience with the Los Angeles Fire Department, beginning as a firefighter and eventually promoting to the rank of battalion chief. She has taken on a number of special assignments in her career that span the breadth of the fire service, including fire prevention, homeland security, and recruitment. And if that weren't enough, Alicia assisted FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security in the development of a national preparedness model called Ready Respondent. All of that is very impressive resume, no question. But for me, it was more about the intrinsic leadership qualities that Alicia brings to the job. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated that she is a compassionate leader with a deep love for the fire service. She is a dedicated public servant and will no doubt work hard to both challenge and mentor the devoted men and women that serve the Golden Fire Department. She excels at building relationships, which will prove valuable on our city's leadership team, but also as the fire department seeks to strengthen its connection with the Golden community. And lastly, it goes without saying, but this is a historic moment in many ways. Yes, it is the first time we're swearing in a new fire chief in almost 20 years. But it is also the first time that we are swearing in a female fire chief in the history of the Golden Fire Department that dates back to 1879. Our fire department has been a leader in the Colorado Fire Service throughout its proud history. And today, we add yet another fine moment as we swear in the first full-time female fire chief to serve a Denver metro area fire department. Alicia, I am proud to know that you will serve as a positive inspiration and a role model for many young women in Golden and beyond. After all that, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Why don't you come up front here? I'll also ask our city clerk, Monica Mendoza, to come forward and administer the oath of office. You hold that.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
This one, right?
Yes. I, Alicia Welch,
I, Alicia Welch,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Charter and ordinances of the City of Golden,
the Charter and the City Ordinance of Golden,
and faithfully perform the duties of Fire Chief,
and faithfully perform the duties of Fire Chief
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
That's it.
We have some hardware to present Alicia as well.
Oh, there's that. I forgot about that
We've got
part.
that. First, I'd like to present you with your fire chief badge, and you have someone who's going to come forward and pin that badge.
This is my academy classmate and study partner, good friend, champion. This is Assistant Chief Robert Nelson. He's going to give me this badge.
Robert, welcome.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
It's heavy, huh?
Wow. It's better right here, look.
You decided to stay there. He likes it.
Sharp.
And we have one last thing here for you in terms of hardware. Your fire chief helmet.
I think he wore it over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Golden's new fire chief, Alicia Welch.
Thank you, everybody, please. I'm going to do my best to hold this together. You kind of set me up, sir, by talking about family. I kind of wanted to make today about family. First, I want to thank Mayor Sloan. Thank you so much for coming, and all the city council members. I really did take time in this process to study more about the city, even though I live here. And I really was impressed by the way that you all get along and you collaborate, and for sure the inclusiveness in the way that you govern here in Golden. It's very different from where I came from, very refreshing, and I look forward to being working with you and being part of the team. So as I mentioned, today is really about family, so Mr. Slowinski set me up for that. I not only studied the city council members, but I studied pretty closely into the city's executive team. And as I'm pretty sure all my friends and family can see, that aside from being nervous, I'm pretty comfortable with this group of people. Carlin and Pam, I see back there, and all the gals at HR have been so helpful and welcoming as I've made my transition into the team, and I'm really looking forward to working with this group of people to get some good work done here in Golden. I'm really excited to get started. So regarding family, I've told most of you know that I come from a family of law enforcement. My parents, both here in the front row, were LA County sheriffs. And so I think I learned very early what it means to be a public servant, just watching and listening to those stories and wanting to get out there and help the community. I knew that from an early age, and I got that from them. And also my wife. Really anything I want to do. Climb mountains, ski, take a new job. She's always there. She always has a different way of looking at it, and then coming back to, well, I'm going to go ahead and say it, my way of looking at it. So thanks, Rita, for understanding that it's worth putting retirement off for a little while to get this opportunity to work with this great group of people. So another part of my family is here. Robert's here. My friend John's here. These are people I've known. Robert and I started the first day of the academy together, probably almost 27 years ago. Went through the ranks together, studied for several promotions together, captain and battalion chief, and we went through the same master's program together. John and I promoted to inspector the same day. We're both very pro fire prevention and public safety. John's here, we've been friends for 20 years. And there's a whole bunch of people who aren't here. A whole bunch of mentors of mine from LA. A lot of people that supported me and worked with me over the years, and they're all pulling for me here in Golden. So I know that I wouldn't be here today without my experience in Los Angeles Fire Department, so I'm very grateful and appreciative for that team. My public safety family. I was able to, going through this process, and Jason wasn't kidding when he said it was pretty rigorous. So I reached out through my network of colleagues in Los Angeles and the Naval Postgraduate School, and I reached out to some folks who are here. Chief Fletcher from Fairmont, Chief Gray is here from Aurora, Chief Kilpatrick is incognito in the back. My favorite police chief next to Michelle Tovry, Chief Tovry, who's here from Cherry Hills. Bill Barkley, my cousin, I don't know where you are, but the Colorado State Patrol. And several others I reached out to because before I decided to give up my free time once again, I wanted to make sure that the Golden Fire Department and the city of Golden, the fire service in Colorado was right for me. So I reached out to these folks to kind of learn about the landscape here and prepare myself, and I'm so thankful for all of them for giving me their time, helping me get ready, and all my folks in the blue uniforms back there, there was nothing but positive things that these regional partners had to say about the Golden Fire Department. So I appreciate you guys, for my public safety family, jumping on board and helping me out and encouraging me to go for this job. So another part of my family, there's this group of adventurers that are here, my Viking friends that I met over at the Colorado Mountain Club and my other friends that I have here in Colorado. We've been hiking, skiing, biking, all those things that you guys love about Colorado. I've been here enjoying them for almost 2 years now, and I plan on continuing to do that, and I hope to do that more with some of my friends from the Golden Fire Department, which leads me to you all. So when I studied this city, I looked at this fire department, and you know that I came from a career fire department, that we were very handsomely compensated for the work we did there. And this group, if there's anybody here that doesn't know, this group of firefighters in Golden, 80% of them are volunteer. So they're here today on their own time because their love of the city, their commitment to serving this community, and I'm looking at you, Bob, sir, our most senior person. They're committed to this community, and they do it in a way that's very professional, and they're very dedicated. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of that team, a group that's so committed to serving this community. And that was one of my kind of deciding factors of how hard I was going to go at this process. And so when I came over on the Public Safety Day and I met some folks over here at the fire department, I knew that I was a good fit because I care for the fire service like these folks do here. So I think that we have a bright future working together here in Golden. There's going to be a couple things that we're going to strive for. The mission of the city is to make Golden the best place to live, work, and play, and that's pretty easy. I think we can do that. And the next thing we're going to do is strive to make the Golden Fire Department the best place to work. And I'm not going to do that alone. I'm going to be doing that with the help of all of you. So I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day for coming here and being a part of this, because it is a very special day for my family and I. And any members of the community that are here, we really look forward to, I look forward to meeting you and getting down to business here starting maybe this afternoon or tomorrow. So thanks very much for coming, everybody.
So I have one more thing for Alicia before we end. I learned about Alicia through the interview process that she is a huge baseball fan.
That's true.
Isn't that right?
That's true.
California Angels?
That's true.
Dodgers.
Los Angeles Angels? If she were a Dodgers fan, she wouldn't be standing here today.
That's right. That's right. I agree.
So she's a very big California or Los Angeles Angels fan. So I want to properly welcome you to. You need to have a National League team.
Yes, I guess so.
This is going to be your National
I
League team.
will. I'll work at it. I want to be a local kid. Things a girl has to do to get a job around here.
Thank you all for being here. That concludes our program. We have some refreshments over here, cake and coffee and lemonade and I think tea. So feel free to grab a piece of cake. Again, congratulations, Alicia, and thank you all for being here today.